Alright, so today I will be covering the head tutorial that I've been meaning to do forever. A lot of people have been asking me about it, and I figured it was about time I finally got to it. Tutorial videos are kind of something I've been afraid to do because I felt like I wasn't good enough, but until I do it, I'm never gonna get better, so honestly, I'm ready to dive right into this series. So in the comments below, you guys should let me know what tutorial videos you would like to see next, and let's get on with this series. Alright. So to start, I'm going to do a front view. You want to start with the line in the middle. This will help you figure out the proportions later on, which is obviously very, very important. So I generally start with a line about here, and you connect the chin with the line in the middle. And then from there, you are able to form the rest of the face. It's a little lopsided there, so I'm going to fix that a little bit. That looks better. Alright, and from there, you can start making the ears. Generally, you are going to want to match the eyes up with the ears later on. The top of the eye should meet with the top of the ear. So those guidelines will really help you later. That's why starting with the ears early on is very important. So let's get on to making those eyes. Oftentimes you want to create a line here, and about where those two lines meet is where you would put the nose. I'm going to use a darker color there, make the nose more apparent, and put the mouth about here. Alright, now I'm going to start shaping the eyes just to show you guys how the face will actually look when you use these proportions. It really does help a lot. So a lot of times I hear about people who aren't able to draw the other eye. The reason why is because they start working on this full eye before they get working on the other one. And so one will look perfect, then you go to work on the other, and it just doesn't look so good. What you want to do is you want to do this where you draw both of the eyes at the same time. You don't just sit there and complete one while the other sits there for a while. You want to start like this, make them all nice and even, and that will help you in the long run to not hate yourself by creating two eyes that don't match up at all. Just do it step by step, one step at a time, at the same time. That'll save you a lot of trouble. So that about does it for the front view. A lot of people think that the quarter view is a little bit harder, so I'll go on to that and show you guys that it's really not that hard. Basically, you just start with the same circle, but you put the line a little more off to the side. And again, you're going to want to make the chin meet up. A lot of times I start with the forehead when it comes to quarter views. I'm not exactly sure why, I just feel more comfortable with it. So you got that chin meeting the line there, and then near the edge of the circle, you're just gonna hook up that part of the, chin? Yeah, whatever, and then make your ear. And again, you're gonna wanna make the eyes so that they meet up with the top of those ears, so make sure you set everything up in a good place. Create your line where you're gonna put the nose. Start constructing that face. Alright, so this is looking pretty good. Just put a mouth in there. I'm gonna use a darker color. Get working on that a little bit better. Go into detail so that I can show you guys again how it looks. It's looking a lot better now that I'm putting the detail into it. Yeah, so as you can see, the 3/4 view really isn't as hard as people make it out to be. I think people really just overthink it. As long as you have your construction lines put in place, it's really the exact same thing. All you do is put the line a little bit off to the side. A lot of times the eye on the more what do you call it? The one that's off to the side more, yeah, that left side. You're just gonna want to make that eye a little bit smaller, but it's like the exact same thing. Make the nose a little more angled, make the mouth smaller because obviously that part of the face is fading off to the distance, but it's really, really easy. Once you know the basics, doing just about any of these is pretty easy. So now, the one I have a little bit of more trouble with is the side view, which I will now get into. The reason why is because a lot of times it's hard to create a line to construct from, but I will try to attempt doing it that way. I'm not the master of side views, but I can create something halfway decent. You just gotta have the nose poke out. A lot of times you have the lips pudge out a little bit. Like so. Yeah, that looks a little bad. Let me fix that. Get a darker color here. There we go. Yeah. So it starts to look better once I put a little more definition into it, go into those lips there. I'll give her a little smile. I love how I called her a she, but I think this is a guy. This kind of looks more like a guy, yeah. Yeah, so you just make that head meet up with the line there. I did make the circle a little bit big, so the head started coming down a little bit too much, so that's why I made the circle a little smaller here. Also bring the chin down a little bit, but yeah, you create the ear again, as I keep mentioning. You're going to want to make the eyes so that they match up with the ear. Start making your little circle there for the eye, show where that is. All right, yeah, go into the definition here to show you guys how it looks. I think these all turned out pretty good. I'm actually pretty satisfied with this. I'm really happy I got to doing this tutorial because, again, for a while now I've been pretty afraid to do it, but it's not that hard. So anyway, when you go into doing the eye, a lot of times in anime, as you can see by my little tutorial up there, a lot of times they're a little more triangular shaped when you're looking at the anime eye from a side view. They're less like the normal circular eyes. So yeah, that about covers it for this tutorial here, but I will start drawing another face just to show you guys, again, how to do all of this. It's really quite easy. Just gotta follow the steps. All you gotta do is, again, start with the circle, create the line, make the chin meet up with said line. Then you start working on the ears, and you make the eyes meet up with those ears. And then you can start constructing the face, and you will see that it looks very nice. You create that little line, put the nose in the middle, meeting up between the two intersecting lines, the one that you used to create the face, and then the one that you used for the nose, obviously. And where you put the nose will often depend on the perspective. So if your character is looking down, you're going to want to put that line a little bit lower. Actually, now that I think about it, I probably should have gone into that in that tutorial, but this about wraps it up for today. So I will get to that another time. But hopefully you guys learned something from this video. Hopefully you learned something from this video. And let me know in the comments below if you have any questions and what videos you would like to see me cover in the future. I have been asked to cover a hair tutorial, so that is what I'm going to be doing next. See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.